Stamping friends, it's Rachael Coon with the Joy of Stamping with Rachael. Today we are doing our Fun Fold Friday at 4, and we'll be featuring some of Stampin' Up's punches in our card today. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to flip the phone real quick. Alright, let's go. And there we are. Alright, looks like we have one person watching right now. Hi, Margene. We're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully, let me set my timer. We only take 5 minutes is our goal. This card is a fun card that I actually had from a swap. Let me show you what the original looks like. This was from about probably a year ago because this paper is now retired. But if you can see, it had an accident and it leaned up against ink or something, and I did not want to throw it away because I really like the way this card opens up. So we're going to show you how to make this card today. But I don't have a name for it. So if while you guys were watching, try to think of a name that you would want or would be good for this card. Alright, so set that aside and show you first how to do a card base. If you remember yesterday, I did have those measurements for you, and I have them right here. Let me move them down so you can see a little bit better. There we go. So if you had those ready to go, but I will tell you them a little bit more as we do this. So you're going to start off with a very regular piece of paper for your card base. Our regular card bases are usually 8.5 by 5.5, and then we have it scored at 1 1/4. But the thing we do differently to make this card fun is we take our trimmer at the 2-inch mark and we score it going up to, we cut it going up to the score line right there. And that's where we get this little flap that's already attached from the top. All right, once we have it at that point, we need to add our ribbon. So I'm going to use my bone folder right here at this point. Get it nice and even. And then we're going to add our ribbon. The ribbon part, you just want to keep it pretty little. You don't want anything too big or bulky because it won't close. And I did about 10 inches here. And you're just going to tie yourself a nice bow. Easier said than done. We'll see how we turn out on that one. That's not too bad. I gave myself a little bit of extra so I'd have some wiggle room, or I could even turn it that way and pull it tight. There we go. Hold my knot down. And we can trim our edges. Awesome. The next part is just to glue this flap down. And I like to use my snail adhesive. You can use whatever adhesive you have available or your favorite kind. And then we're going to lay it down flat and push it down. And that gives us that nice fold right there. All right, so the next part of it has some cuts of paper. I have our DSP and our cardstock. And we have the DSP is cut at 3 by 3 3/4. And our cardstock's at 3 1/4 by 4. So we'll just layer it on like that and use your glue. I already have one ready, so we'll get that one down and we'll fold this part down. In my original card, I didn't do this, but I do suggest making 2 of your cardstocks. So this one, and I would use it and glue it down for the inside. If it's a light enough color, if it's a dark color, then just use Whisper White, but it's the same measurement that we use for the cardstock for the front. Just like that. And then we're going to glue on this piece here. And then our card base part will be done, and we'll just have to do our punches. We'll line it up so it looks nice on all sides. Smooth it out. And let's add those punches. We'll set that up there. And I used 3 punches today, and I have some tips with them. So I used the Starburst punch, and the Stampin' Up punches are fun because they have a lock mechanism here on the bottom. So you're going to push that up, you're going to insert your paper like this, and you're going to have it, so this part is facing you. and then you're going to punch it up. I know some punches I've used in the past were facing down, and you couldn't see what you were punching or what was underneath it. So I love that Stampin' Up! Punches have you made to punch up. So we have that layer right there, and then we need our basic gray layer, and I did that then in the 2-inch. Some of these punches are retiring soon, so if you like punches, I suggest you getting them before these ones are gone. I know that Starburst is going away, and some of our circles are even going away. So we have that punch there. Now, our last punch, my tip for you, is I've already stamped with the Wild About You. I used the stamp set Animal Outing. It's our 5-minute mark. Okay, almost done. Animal Outing is what I use, and that one is also retiring. But we use the Wild About You stamp. And I have it pre-stamped on here for us. I'm going to show you it with the 1 3/4 punch, this punch right here. Turn it over, and I'm going to line it up so I can see where I'm punching. You kind of see that? And when you do that, you just kind of hold it like that, and it holds my paper so it doesn't slide out. And then you press it all the way down. And then I have that punch ready to go. The last part then is just adding these layers, gluing them together. You can use, again, liquid glue or anything that you like. Right about there. I'm a little off-centered on that one, but that's not too bad. Maybe that's what makes us wild. Has anyone thought of a name for this one yet? This fun fold? I still don't know what to call it. Then with this, you're going to use your dimensionals and just pop it up. You want to leave a little bit of wiggle room on this side, and I'll show you why in a minute. And usually 3 to 4 is enough, depending on how big your piece of cardstock is. You remove those backings. We'll get our card back in the photo. And I'm just going to set this right about there. Wild About You. And you can see that this part right here kind of gives it so it stays closed. And if you want to open it, you kind of just have to pull it up like that, or you can have it resting like that. It's up to you. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you learned a new fun fold using those measurements. I'll have those up on my Facebook page, and hopefully this gets you guys making some fun folds today. Isn't that fun? Just a basic turn fun. Happy stamping, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.